Ethan Miller had everything most men dreamed of: wealth, a towering reputation as one of New York's youngest CEOs, and the power to close million-dollar deals with a single phone call. But behind the sharp suits and luxury cars, he was just a man struggling to be enough for one little girl. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, was his world. She had her mother's bright hazel eyes but none of her presence. Lily's mom had walked away when she was only 2, leaving Ethan to juggle board meetings with bedtime stories, deadlines with dance recitals. For all his success, Ethan carried one quiet failure: he couldn't give Lily a family. When his company's biggest gala of the year approached, Ethan panicked. Investors expected him to show up polished, powerful, complete. "Bring a partner, it'll look good," his assistant urged. And so, against every instinct, Ethan did something he never thought he'd do: he hired a professional date for the night. Just someone to stand by his side, smile, and leave once the music faded. Nothing more. Enter Clara Bennett. She wasn't what Ethan expected. No heavy perfume or practiced laugh. She was warm, gentle, with a way of listening that made the noise of the world feel distant. At the gala, she played her role flawlessly, confident but not flashy, charming without effort. Investors shook Ethan's hand harder, colleagues congratulated him, and for the first time in years, Ethan felt whole. But the real surprise came after the party. Lily, who had been waiting up in her pajamas, ran into Clara's arms as if they'd known each other forever. Clara knelt, asking about her stuffed animals, her favorite bedtime story, her favorite color. Lily giggled, her little hands tugging Clara's hair, and then she whispered the words that shattered Ethan's carefully built walls. "Daddy, can she stay forever?" The room froze. Ethan's throat tightened. Clara's eyes softened with something unscripted, something real. This wasn't in the contract. This wasn't pretend. Ethan walked Clara to the door, fumbling with words. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for Lily to get attached. Thank you for tonight." He expected her to nod, to leave, to take the warmth with her. But Clara hesitated. "Ethan, you're doing everything alone. Maybe she doesn't just need a mom, maybe she just needs someone to care. Even if it's only for a while." And so Clara came back. First for story time. Then for pancakes on Saturday mornings. Then for walks in the park where Lily would hold one hand and Ethan, reluctantly, offered the other. What started as an arrangement grew into something far more tender. One evening, as Ethan watched Clara braid Lily's hair by the window, laughter filling the apartment like sunlight, the truth hit him harder than any deal he'd ever signed. This wasn't a performance. This was family. Weeks later, during another bedtime routine, Lily tugged at Ethan's sleeve. "Daddy?" "Yes, bug, don't let her go. Please. I think Mommy sent her so you wouldn't be lonely anymore." Tears stung Ethan's eyes. For the first time in years, he didn't feel like a powerful CEO or a man pretending to have it all together. He felt human. Loved. Seen. That night, Ethan sat with Clara on the balcony. His voice was quiet but steady. "You came here as a favor, a job, but somewhere along the way, you became home. Stay. Not for me. For her. For us." Clara's smile trembled as she took his hand. "I was already planning to." And so, the man who thought money could solve every problem learned the greatest truth: love doesn't come when you order it. It comes when you least expect it, whispered in the innocent hope of a child who simply wants her family whole. The days that followed felt different. Mornings weren't rushed anymore. Lily's laughter spilled through the apartment like music, and Ethan found himself lingering at the breakfast table instead of checking emails. Clara had a way of making ordinary moments feel extraordinary: pancakes shaped like hearts, little songs while folding laundry, gentle reminders that life wasn't just about the next meeting. Ethan noticed the change in himself too. The hard lines of his life softened. He started leaving the office earlier, walking home with flowers just because, sitting on the floor to build castles with Lily's blocks instead of reviewing contracts. For years, he thought love was a distraction, something that would only complicate the balance he had carefully built. But now, he saw it differently. Love wasn't pulling him away from his responsibilities, it was giving them meaning. One Friday night, Clara surprised them both with a homemade dinner. Nothing fancy, just pasta and garlic bread, but Lily clapped her hands as if it were a feast fit for a queen. They ate together, sharing stories, laughing until Lily's cheeks turned pink. Afterward, Clara and Lily danced in the living room, twirling to a soft song playing from the radio. Ethan leaned against the doorway, watching the two people who had unknowingly stitched the holes in his life.